Yo, welcome to the break room, ladies and gentlemen. We in this piece, man. I got the usual cast of characters. I got myself. We got Ray in the building. We got Keith in the building. Video not available, but he got the audio going down, man. And then I got three special guests on here today, man. We got Monique in the building today. We got my sister, man, from another mister. We got Dasha in the building.
Hey,
and then I got my G from the Two Chicks Talking Shit podcast, man. Y'all go check that out. That's Two Chicks Talking Shit, SHYT on them right there. Y'all go check that out, man. They doing big things, huh? And the girl Fifi, they doing big things over there, man. So y'all check that out too when you get a chance, man. So how y'all doing today?
We good.
Good. Enjoying the weather.
Hey, man, pretty enjoyable, man. It's like 106 out here right now. Like, yeah, for real. Crazy. So, man, today's topic we gonna do he say, she say, what they really want. And it's we basically talking about, man, women say they want one thing, men say they want one thing, and then, hey, we all want something different at the end. So we're trying to figure that out. We're gonna try to talk about it, open it up a little bit, with a little discussion. So I think the first thing, well, since we got the ladies, I'm gonna say, hey, first thing I'm gonna ask is, what y'all really want? Because some women want the strong man. We want or somebody want the compassionate man, the one that's in touch with his feelings and everything. Some people want the thug. They want the G. The niggas gonna slap you up around and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, I seen it, man. Niggas, hey. Don't act like we don't know people that love it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, to each his own.
Hey, I ain't knocking it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody want a little Ike, a little Chris Brown with them every now and then. You know, it's all good. You know, hey.
I'm gonna pray for them.
Hey, me and my brothers, we've been a part of it. We tried to break some things up, then they go back to them. We like, yo, fuck it. I'm not dealing with it no more. So it's what it is. So I'm just trying to figure out like what they want. Because everybody say one thing. You got a lot of women on social media and everything else say they looking for this. They want this. Good man, you can't find them. Whatever the case may be. But you know what I'm saying? What y'all think, man? I'm gonna start with Monique. What you think with it?
I would have to say, first and foremost, like every thug is not an Ike. Let me just clear that out there real quick.
No,
okay?
They not.
Every thug does not have to be an Ike, okay? They can just be, a street urchin, so to speak. And
street urchin.
Yes, for the urchin. I love it.
Some nature but every thug doesn't necessarily have to lay hands. And if I had to think about like what I would want, you were naming all types of categories of men, but they're mostly stereotypical categories. If you really think in the term, something more general, you kind of want a combination of everything. You don't necessarily want all of one thing. Like, I don't want somebody who's going to sit here and cry while we're watching Lifetime movies. That's going to irritate my life because Libras don't like that. That does not keep me balanced, okay? So I don't want that. I definitely don't want someone that expects me to just be completely 110% submissive when they only give me a 10% submission on their part. So I would like more of a versatile man. Like he should be able, I'm looking for the omega because I'm already an alpha female. So I'm looking for the other half of me. I'm looking for something that's going to better me. So if I'm able to hold his back, he should be able to hold mine. When I'm weak, he should be strong. When he's weak, I'm strong for him. So I'm kind of looking for the whole out picture.
Got you. Dasha, what you say on it?
I pretty much agree with Monique. I think it's the same situation. I'm an alpha female, and that's what I need. I need a man that's going to be strong enough to be a leader. I want all of that, everything you described rolled up into one. But on top of all of that, I need a man that's honest. My biggest issue with relationships, situationships, entanglements is the lying. Learning that I am that type of woman, and I can't say every woman can handle it, but I am that type of woman you can be 100% real with. And my biggest issue is don't take away my choices. We can be whatever we gonna be, but let me make the choice or the decision that that's what I'm gonna be. So For me, trust, being able to tell the truth is like the top. That's what I need. So
TT.
Yo, so I agree with both ladies, like 100%. I don't consider myself an alpha female. Like I'm low key, I'm really laid back. And so I look for a leader. I look for somebody who is going to make the tough decisions. Not saying I don't have input on the decisions, but he values my opinion. He wants me, to feel involved, but I want a man's man. You know what I'm saying? I want a man that know how to put stuff together. I want a man who knows how to fix things. I want a man that's going to protect me. Like Asha said, honesty, all of that. I actually want my best friend. I want somebody who completes me, who we can hang out and we can be, that's my G. But then at the same time, like, dang, I can't wait till we get home and we da. So, I need balance, but I just want a strong leader. That's very important to me because I have kids and I want a good role model as a father, a man, that package right there. So that's what's important to me, that he can be a leader.
I think the confusing part that kind of pops in for women, like usually when a woman says, I am a alpha female, automatically some men kind of like, run by the wayside and they get nervous because they're not an alpha male and they can't match wits with someone that is as strong, if not stronger than them. When it comes to alpha females, we actually know when to submit to that man when they are worthy of that submission. So as far as a man taking the lead, I am all for a man taking the lead, but just don't lead me astray, okay? Because if I have a path that was already set forth, I'm in the midst of raising two kings of my own. I can't have someone that's coming in here acting like a court jester, expecting me to think that things that they do is okay. Like, I can't do that, When you are royalty, you definitely should not be entertaining the village, is what I'm saying. So when it comes to an alpha female, you kind of recognize that strength within whoever you're dealing with. And that's what I would expect and anticipate. And when I have that moment where I want to be able to be submissive, but if you're not worthy of submission, then I am stuck because at the end of the day, I still got to carry that crown. I still got to carry that throne for my kings. So being an alpha may kind of scare a lot of guys that don't come to match that. I always hear the phrase, what does she bring to the table? I am the table. I built the table. I bring the plates that go on that table. As far as the meals go, they will go.
What you say there?
The table, y'all. She built it.
Right. I already put together. Like you can have a seat at it. You can add to the table. You can extend that table. However, like I'm not doing that. What does she bring? Because you have to have a total package. If we expect a man to have a total package, you have to be the total package as well. So, I'm not asking for something that I'm not already given. So that was it.
True. No, so my question is, so everybody's on here. No, there's no nuns. We have a couple of, we have everybody's a parent, I think, except for one. I said everybody's been in relationships.
Just don't claim them. Don't let him celebrate.
You don't know. That's what it is. Do you know, sir? Are you sure?
That might be true. His last name is saying that his daddy was a Rolling Stone, so I'm not sure. He might have something somewhere out there. You know what I'm saying?
Guaranteed they have breed.
If I got a nephew or niece out there, y'all get in contact with me so I can figure out.
No.
I got
you like Maury today.
No, hey, don't do me like that, man.
He got a collection of hats we can pass down to him and stuff like that. But no, dude, like, so everybody's in here. We're all in the late 30s, early 40 joints, you know what I'm saying? We can't tell about his pictures because you women look amazingly young, for sure.
I don't recognize those numbers.
Right, but so we've been meaning we've been around the block a little bit. You can say we're a little seasoned, you know what I'm saying? There's no nuns on this call right here, you know what I'm saying? So do you think that social media, and I would say probably over the last 10 years, the influence of reality TV has changed the thought process of what women look for in a man, or what women look for in a man, since I'm talking to y'all right here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The idea of materialistic labels, it like makes you want to regurgitate in life. Like as of right now, everything like it's guys are visual. We are visual creatures. I get it. But the career of an IG model has like really taken off. Now there's no more brains in the package. And I remember a very close friend of mine, he might be on here, had made a statement in reference to, your body may get you in the door, but it may not keep you there. And this is just a general conversation. But nowadays that is not the case. And as you can see, the materialistic world has kind of taken over. And now you see things such as, relationship goals. And you're like, how is it a goal? To have a purse, relationship goals. A relationship goal for a man that's taking care of your baby, but disregarding other babies that he created in broken homes. Like, again, how is this relationship go? Oh, he loved her so much, but he created families all up and through the United States and then some and left them. And that is supposed to be ideal. Like, that's the problem, I think. And social media has definitely influenced that. People blame music and so forth. No, social media honestly is kind of like the roots of all evil. I swear to God, they have everybody.
It took over for money.
They never have anything worthy and worthwhile. But just for me, like I told you, it's like a regurgitation factor. Like, you just don't want to excessively see it. Like I feel bad for the young girls coming up. They don't have anything to honestly look up to. Because if their mother looks up to social media, then what are they doing? Like, they are looking and idolizing, I don't care. I don't judge women that, modify their body. They go from natural to plastic. You can do what you choose, but now you've got young girls that are making the assumption that something is wrong with them if they don't look a certain way. If they're not built like a Bug's Life, it's a problem. And that shouldn't be it. Like, that shouldn't be it. Like, girls want to walk around with ant bodies and they should not. Like, you should be happy with what you were given and just, go from there. Like, some people get that and don't want it. I.e., I had kids and was like, what happened? I didn't ask for this. This is too much. So I just don't understand it. And I think that, right now social media is like the dominant factor in how people communicate and how things are coming across. Why do you think podcasts popped up overnight? And now that's a big thing. But in essence, it's also ruining a lot of people. It's messing with their social, emotional, and no one really pays attention to that aspect. So yeah, it's a death trap for many.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways when it comes to social media. I think it harms both males and females. So like, dudes got this picture in their head now of like, oh, shorty has to be light skinned with hair down her ass and these nails and tits and a little bitty Barbie waist and like, everybody wants that shit. And like, everybody like, oh, she bad. Oh, she cold. Ooh, look at her. Ooh, look at her. And it's like, like Monique said, they all look the same. They all look the same. So like, for some women, when they see men are gravitating to certain things, they're like, okay, maybe I need this to get attention or to get into a relationship or to stay in a relationship, because this is what has been, made popular by men, saying, oh, shorty bad. Like, that's one way. And then on the female side, they see these ballers or wannabes or scammers out here throwing money around and buying bags and shoes. And oh, I gave my shorty a Benz the other day. Like, I be on Twitter, I be seeing these dudes talk about, oh, my shorty was sad, I bought her a Benz. Where do you, sir, stop. You did not.
Yeah.
You did not.
Right.
And so like, that kind of stuff, it puts this out there like, oh, I gotta get a man that's just go buy me a Birkin. Oh, he bought my bundles. He loved me. Like, it's fucking their heads up because everything is superficial. It's nothing's real. So it's not just the women that are having a hard time. It goes both ways, because I don't know a man really now that looks at natural and just be like, ooh, that's it. And y'all may say it like, oh, we want to see more natural bodies. But if you look, I bet if I look at one of y'all IGs,
as long as they're
who y'all following, who
The
y'all
Instagram
liking. So
that's a lot.
What? Give me your login, bro. Give me your
login. That he wants natural, but they have to be naturally Latina.
See, now you trying. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, man, look. I date one Latina, now he's just hanging over my head forever. Man. Hey, you ain't right.
Darcy, what you say on that?
I definitely agree with both of the ladies. Social media has definitely distorted things for everyone. I definitely, as a person who's been in a position where I've dated someone who broke up with me for the Instagram hoe, basically. That's what it is. It's all superficial. They see this. She looked nice. She injected her ass and did everything else. And now you with her, you spending all your money, you broke, and now you didn't have to move into a basement apartment so that you can keep up these habits that you created with this woman. And then you think back and they're like, oh, I messed up. Oh, I did this, or oh, I did that. And it's because this social media standard makes them think like, I'm not in and I'm not it if my girl don't look like this. And it's the same thing with females. We don't want a man who drive a Civic or a Honda Accord nowadays. He got to be driving a Benz. He got to have a Beamer. But behind all of that, is he debt free? You know, what kind of debt does this man now have because he's trying to keep up with the Joneses? He's trying to take all these trips. He's trying to rent all these yachts. What is he gonna bring to the table after the fact? So it's definitely, you know, and I've been there. So right now I'm gonna tell y'all I'm in this little process where I'm speed dating. I'm 40.
How is that?
Yeah, I've been speed dating for 7 days. I'm gonna say I'm tired as hell. Okay. I'm tired as hell. I've been speed dating for the last 7 days. I've done the dating app. I've been blind date, hooked up, all of that. Interesting, to say the least. We'll just leave it at that right now. I'll give y'all my results later. But I run into that same situation that I had to pull back myself and say, okay, you being a little superficial about some of these guys you meet. Like, this might be a good dude, but it's like, I don't really like the way he dressed, or I ain't too fond of the car he driving. And I had to take a step back and say, hey, you 40. You really looking for something that you can build something on. So you need to not be so superficial. You need to bring it back a notch. But that comes from, again, the distorted mindset that we all at some point in time have had, you know, that comes from social media. So.
But I think it's fine to say, go ahead, Mom.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think it's fine for you to be like, I don't necessarily like the way he dressed, because I don't want to be with some cornball that don't know how to put an outfit together. Yeah. Like, because I'm not going to be out here making this thing work, sir. You got to look like something coming in. Right. So, like, some things, I'm not saying I'm superficial, but, like, you have to be able to do something on your own. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that. I think that I have been a little too critical. Like, I don't like them shoes. Deal breaker. We done. Like, for real? You don't even know what else you can say.
This nigga got on Reebok, son. I can't even do it. Right.
The ones that have on the Reebok be the ones with 15 million in the bank. So you got to still be careful. You know, with you know, that stigma that we already have our mindset on. That's how I feel.
I'm not gonna say it's the name of the shoe. It's like
how clean they are.
Okay.
The quality, how they run down, all of that.
And you talking about some girl, I want to take you out, and I'm like, you can't even afford shoes, like, you know,
or a shoe cleaner.
You know, yeah. Honestly, I hate this. I do feel the man buy his shoes. That's the first thing. Hey, how you doing? That is down quick. Like,
see, y'all got that from your mothers, because they started grandmothers and then started. How the shoes look. How them Stacey Adams was looking down there, Joe, and they're like,
and I'm not dating no man that come out of no Stacey Adams. This 2020. Like, that was 98.
We stay on point like Stacey Adams.
2020.
Exactly.
Hey, so Ray, do you think so? Has your perception on relationships. Same thing I asked the ladies. Has your perception on women that look at dating and everything changed because of what reality TV and social media has provided us in this age? Good thing that we didn't have all this stuff when we was in high school and coming in our definitely clubbing days and wasn't all this out here. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's here now.
For me, I would say it changed it for the better. I think, like, I see what I don't like on social media now. I see so much, like you just mentioned a second ago, like plastic, you know, and you see like butt injections, you know, big titties, you know, all that. I don't like fake stuff. I don't. I really don't. I don't like fake body parts. Them fake booties, man. It looks stiff. It don't look natural. I don't like none of that stuff. I don't like.
So you don't recycle? Is what you're saying?
Huh? Pretty much.
You don't like recycling? No, just like.
Nah, but man, I see what I don't like. I've learned that, and it's like I hate to come across like I'm being like judgmental, but it's like a lot of times you can learn a lot about somebody by what they post. So it's like I see some of the things these women post, and I'll be looking like, if I can see you like half naked on IG. I mean, everybody's seeing what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, I don't really want it. I look at you like differently if I see you like half naked on IG. I just don't feel like you the one for me. If I could access your IG, or if you got an OnlyFans page, please. Please don't. Please don't.
Hey, it's a lot of tables getting built off of OnlyFans, bro. I'm trying to tell you right now.
Hey, man.
No, people are actually using OnlyFans as a platform to like just make money. Like it's not necessarily.
Nah, hey, I'm saying, like niggas getting naked out there.
No, I have people that were in my mentor group. They actually do it for sewing. They're showing recipes. Like they're not doing.
Are people paying up for that?
They making money?
Really?
They can go get on.
I'm talking about the niggas that get
interesting.
Oh yeah, no,
they interesting.
I'm gonna teach people how to read. I'm getting ready to get an OnlyFans.
Hey, I know somebody that you could. Yeah, you know him too. You know him already.
We're not doing this, okay? I cannot. Okay, go ahead. Birthday to him. You know he always starts with me.
I'll call you later and tell you about it.
Right.
No, he needs a writing course.
Keith, what you got, man?
No, I agree with Ray said 100% on that, man, to be honest with you. Social media has been an eye-opener on a lot of things, from personalities to the memes to the OnlyFans page. It's eye-opening. Like, you have some that post, you know, they love for God on their page, and then turn around and post something totally opposite of that. You know,
like, they got God first.
God first, God this. You turn around, you know, making the clap on the next video you're doing. You know,
right.
Like, come on, you know. So it's been eye-opener on a lot of stuff. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
She's trying to show you she's versatile. You know,
I was gonna say she's well-rounded.
She's showing you she's a lady in the street.
That's for me.
She's a lady in the street.
I don't want to see that. You know, see God first in your bio, and then
same thing you're talking about right now. The same thing you would go and double tap is the same thing that you're
I don't double tap nobody. I just look.
Unless they're Latina. Okay, but anyway.
You know what? Well, I'm telling you, boy.
Somebody getting exposed today.
Right?
This is what happens when you know somebody since 5th grade.
Right. So I think, man, social media, reality TV, social media, man, I think it has like it's dumbed down a whole lot of stuff, like for real. Like at some point, you know, we used to go out. You try to, even if you met somebody at the clubs, you start talking to them, these questions you asked and everything else like that to get to know them. When you see everything on IG and Facebook, you be like, shit, they go cuts out the whole dating process right there. Now it's like, I got to figure out like what the hell you like to eat, because that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else for us to do. Go to a movie, go this, whatever, go to a museum, but everything else you do, everything else is right there. Like for the people that put everything on social media, you put everything right there. So it's like, it kind of takes away from the fun of the learning process of learning somebody, getting to know them, whatever the case may be. When everybody know the same thing I do, shit, they know. I mean, what's the point? Like, and then on top of that, if you're gonna start showing your ass, then it's like, okay, yeah, I really don't even need to. Now, don't get me wrong. it's okay, you know what I'm saying, the window shop. Everybody window shops. You can look. It is what it is. Now, the plastic part, I'm with Ray. I hate it. They know me. I'll talk to them all the time. It's like, hey, I can't stand it. It gets on my nerves. That's like the one thing. Even though sometimes it's money well spent, as Ray says for some things.
There's only one person I said that
I said
about.
one of the Jenners. Said, well, that was money well spent. But at the same time, it's still like when their whole body is plastic. When I saw it before and after, it's like, hey, bro, come on, man. Like, and it also goes to tell me, like, not with that, I got to battle your self-esteem issues right now, because it's like something about you, you just don't love yourself. And if you can't love yourself, I know you're not about to love me to a certain extent, because you ain't even in touch with who you are. You don't even like who you are. So what can you bring to the table if you don't even like who you are? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, as you still trying to determine that part, but you're showing the world and looking for their approval to tell you that this looks good and this is how you should be and everything's okay. Yes, sis, show your body. These niggas ain't shit. He deserve you, sis. Yes, queen. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
He don't deserve this WAP, brother.
You
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, you be around it all the time. It's all you hear. You know what I'm saying? Especially, shoot, you know, I work with all younger people.
Because that's just gross.
Say what?
Period poos. We don't do that over here. I don't like the punctuation, girl. So that annoys me.
Man, periods. You know, but it's just, you know, that stuff right there. It kind of like it takes away from it. So it's like, so then that always bring back to the person that's the semi cornball. I'm gonna say he's the cornball, but the semi cornball they can probably dress. But then he ain't into the social stuff like that. So now it's like, what does he turn to? Because he's probably in his mind, he got a certain thing that he's looking for, but the women he's looking at are, you know, kind of it's all you see is this. So what social media or the ones that's growing up, they're acting like these ones that they see on social media or reality TV or the Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions and everybody else. Not even pulling out. I don't even know how these ladies are outside of the video and outside of the camera. But what they portray is almost kind of like that's what you figure somebody is. The same thing on Facebook and IG. What they portray on there is what you figure somebody is like all the time. So if you're going to put everything out there, it's like it kind of changes the whole dynamic of what somebody's looking for. So then people start treating you a certain type of way. So do you feel like it's legit? If you portray yourself a certain way, do you feel like it's legit that you should get treated a certain way, or the attention that you get, the type of guys? People might say, oh man, I don't want this type of guy. I'm not looking for this type of guy, but this is all that comes to me. Do you think that the way that you're portraying yourself is what attracts these type of dudes to you, or is it something else that I'm seeing that I'm not seeing, you know what I'm saying, in this whole thing? I see women say I see it all the time, like, man, only these dudes try to talk to me, or these niggas right here, these type of dudes ain't nothing, but these all that's attracted to me. So this is who I talk to. What, like, I don't know, like, where is that, like, what are we supposed to get from that? Like, what are we supposed to get from that? If you portray yourself a certain way, if you keep dating the same type of person, like,
man, you are what you attract, man.
Like, that's what you're attracting. You can't just say, well, you know, so it's like, where's the argument? What was you about to say, T?
No, I was just saying that's kind of tough because, like, I used to attract a certain type of dude, and it would annoy me, and I don't want to say. So I used to work for a church, and that's all I'm gonna say. I did sound. I was an engineer, but that's not me. I'm not that super churchy, like waking up, posting prayers on Facebook, sending the, chain "if you love Jesus" thing. I'm blessed and highly favored. No, that's not me. Okay. So I know how to balance my life in that. So for a while, all I used to get were these super churchy church dudes, pastors and all of that. But like, if you really knew me, like, you would know that is the last thing that I want. Like, I always talk about sports on my social media. I'm a sneakerhead. Like, I like to travel, like all that kind of stuff. But sir, all you post are Bible verses, sermons, like it's something here is not going. So like, I don't always want to say you get what you portray, because I've lived the life where I've gotten a lot of that, and I wasn't portraying that I was super saved. Not even in person. Everybody know, like people who know me know I ain't never acted that way, but that's what I would get, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where this is coming from. But so then I had to change things up and let them know I cuss a lot and I don't play no games. I'm a G. So I had to let them know and it changed things up just a little bit, but still, So I don't know. I don't necessarily, I see where you're going, but it ain't, I don't think it's 100%.
No, I'm not going to agree with that. I agree with you, but it's not, because I will have to speak from experience because that's the best teacher. If I post a picture of myself, that does not mean, i.e. that's who I am. If I'm on vacation, I'm in a bikini, here he go. Because he chimes in, you'll have like this picture and you just, everyone's liking the picture and they're like, oh, you're beautiful. Here he come under the picture, thirst trap alert, no. And in that moment, you took away the thunder of my photo, okay? Because now everybody laughing at this man's jokes. So I will not say that you are because like you would not know me in my real life. Like you would know of me. You would have to know me because, to know me is to love me as who I am. But I definitely, that's not like all of me. If I post a picture of myself, it's I choose to. Not because anything is plastic, it's because I'm proud of, where I started and where I ended up, after giving birth to 2 children. I don't know if you have to be a woman to understand the amount of weight that you gain with gremlins, okay? The womb gremlins, like so and then you've got thereafter and all of that. So to have had 2 children closing in on 40, I didn't have to do whatever people be doing with the antibodies to actually have that. So I will definitely say that right there in itself. No, it's not that, because my postings can range. Libras have those bipolar moments. It depends on where the scale has tipped for that day as to what's going to be on that page. Somebody can read it and be like, okay, she angry, she might stab me in my sleep. The next one is like, oh my gosh, she's so inspirational. Then they'll read the next day and be like, okay, she really can't stand her kids. Something wrong with her. Like, it just depends on the day.
Every day.
So, you know what? So
let me stop messing with you.
And what the post is. So I would not say I would get to know someone through that, but if their advertisement is like, cars and money and hoes and bitch here and there and I got bad bitches, of course I'm gonna click off and not even I'm disassociating myself, because I feel like we would spend way too much time trying to figure out any type of connection, and I can't, because then I'll mess around and call you stupid, your feelings hurt, and now you're mad. So I don't have time for all that. So yeah, I think that we can't necessarily gauge from that standpoint completely. You can have a conversation with someone and kind of get into them and know where they are. You can know how they function just on how they speak. So yeah.
True. You got some of them?
Yeah, I definitely agree with the ladies. It's not about necessarily how you portray yourself as what you get. I think it's just basically people making assumptions. We know what assumptions do. I'll use my own, like she said, personal experience is the best teacher. For myself, my social media is definitely bipolar. I'm a Gemini, I'm bipolar by nature. Okay. So, and it'll go from 0 to 10 in 10 minutes. So for me, I'll just say that for those that don't know my background, I lost a ton of weight. I went from my heaviest 330 pounds down to 173 pounds. Thank y'all. But for me, hell yeah, I'm gonna post every selfie I can find. Take this picture. You take this picture. Do you see me today? Because I came from a place of not feeling good about myself, not having, high self-esteem, to being in a place now where I'm comfortable with being me. I grew up in the church. I'm like TT. Only thing that ever approached me was church men. And those that know me, Jason definitely knows me. No, I'm so far from that. It was like, yeah, I'll sing in the choir, but you really don't know who you fooling with. So for me, it was like I dated them because that's kind of what was there. But never dated them and was in a place where I was happy or I was content in a relationship, because that just wasn't me. It was just my environment. And I kind of just conformed to my environment. Now, the person that I am and who I've come to know myself as, you can make assumptions if you want to. You know, people make assumptions all the time about me. And I sit back and I tell them, like, you know, if you just actually sit and get to know me, just have a good conversation with me, you will see I'm totally different from what you assume, you know, about me. So I don't necessarily think it's that you attract, you know, how you portray yourself. Because people think, you know, I portray myself as the party girl. I'm out kicking it. Yeah, when I post my pictures twice a month, 3 times a month, I am out kicking it. But on a normal day, I'm in my bed at 8 o'clock with my glasses on, with a book and my kid, you know. So it definitely, you know, that's not who I am all the time, basically. So
I need to go to y'all church because I only attract thugs or athletes. I can never get an in between. You know,
You don't want the
You
church
don't
boy
want that.
anyway. So
You don't want that.
Boys, man.
I guarantee you
don't want the church
that.
boys.
as a resident church boy, you don't want the church boy because it's
And a resident church girl,
you don't want one.
don't want.
don't want them. So you know what I'm saying? It's the funny thing, the whole when people like, man, I gotta give me a church girl. I always find it hilarious because it's like, bruh, like these are the most sheltered freaks around here. Like,
Man.
bruh, like that's why I be so many damn kids at the church because like, man, these church folks be getting it in, bro, like dead ass. So it's like, I mean,
Big facts.
it just happens. Like you be in church, like I was always in church and grew up, born and raised in church. We got what preachers all in the family, deacons, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is what we've been. I said, but you know, choir singing in the choir, doing all this stuff, man, doing the concert. So you just meet so many people and you talk to so many people at these doggone things. And it's like, and I mean, they gonna come, you're gonna talk to a few of them, man, you're gonna run around, whatever the case may be. But then you come to find out, like when they say the church guy or church girl thing, like ain't nothing church about them but where you met them. That's it. Like ain't nothing else there church, like dead ass. So it's like for real. It's like, hey man, because it goes now. I think they try to move so far away from the church to, I mean, when they not there, it's like, bro, you can't even tell that they was like, man, nigga, you was at church. Like, I mean,
we could tell some stories on that, son.
Man,
it's rebellion. It's rebellion. It's what we were brought up to know, and it was how we were brought up to act. And it's like, yeah, I hear what y'all saying, but I don't want to do that. Like, I got to get out of this shell. How do I get out of this shell? What do I do to get out of this shell? And 9 times out of 10, we find that in another man or another woman, you know, that you have that little space where you have room to be you. My grandfather was a pastor. You know, I grew up in church where there was no extracurricular activities. When we were in high school, like we went to the football games, but doing anything else, we spent our time in church 7 days a week. So yeah, like those outings, church outings, visiting churches, me going to Jashawn church, Jashawn them coming to my church, that was the club for us. Like, that was our time to meet up. Like, I'm about to get you seen dude at the concert 2 weeks ago. He gonna be there, so I'm gonna make sure I got this on that. Like, that's how we thought. That was our mentality.
Shit, no, let it be no midnight musical. Oh, we really about to find, nigga. We out late, nigga. Oh, Joe, it is crazy. It's like the midnight musical, like the club for real. You know what I'm saying? So. Only thing you missing is the bartender. Like that's what you was doing. Like
got put out of the house for coming home from a midnight musical at 2 a.m.
2 in the morning.
Me at 16, my mama standing on the front porch with a bell in her hand. Like, you ain't been in no damn church. I was.
Like, bro, we literally just got through singing. I didn't even stay the whole time. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, you like I said. So that church title thing is like. I mean, hell, I met both my baby mamas at church, so it don't even like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like that church thing, you know, you going to find, like I tell you, man, you going to, something I used to tell my sister all the time, like, she like, I don't know why I'm trying to say, you're going to be attract what's around you. Like, you're a product of your environment. So whatever's in your environment, that's what you're going to be attracted to most times. Like, so she like, I only like these musicians, nigga, because you sit in church all day. So if you go somewhere, if you're a person that people that be out in clubs 6 days a week, guess what you're gonna be attracted to? the women you see at the club 6 days a
Right.
week with you. That's just it's just because we're creatures of habit. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? We in these atmospheres and we gonna attract what's in there. So if I like, hey, I love sneakers, I love sports, whatever the case may be. This is what I do: movies, music. My wife, sneakerhead, loves actors, loves music. This, man, we hit it off just like that, wasn't it? And that was it. And it was just on some cool stuff. So it wasn't even nothing like, oh man, I wasn't even looking for nothing. I'm just chilling. Like I wasn't even trying to meet her at all.
Same. I'm
You know what
telling
I'm
you.
saying?
Lies.
At all. Like, doggone well I wasn't. Nigga, said,
Lies.
nigga, you was there. You know what I'm saying? You was there the majority of the time. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was there
So-
for the beginning of Boo Boo, man. I was there.
right. So, it's like, yeah, you don't even look for that. So it's like, I think that with what we see, it's kind of, when people always ask like what you looking for in a person, it'd be so what most people's descriptions, I can say y'all, because y'all's are straight to the point. And so, but most people's description is like, it'd be all over the place. And then but when you look at it, then they with somebody, that person is never like the person that they describe that they want to be with. Like this dude, like, come on, man, that's not even what you said your taste was. So I like, do now we just say all these things just because it sounds great? Because
It's the
most people,
list.
it's the list. That's
It's
what
Right.
it is.
the list.
right.
Like, he got to be tall. He got to have a 700 credit score. He got to have his own house and own car.
Right.
He has to take care of me. He's like, he can't have no baby mamas. Like, they got a list. And then, just like you said, bro, they fall right into, he got 4 baby mamas. He lived with his mama. He ain't got no credit. But he loved me because he bought these bundles. Like, come on now. What the hell? It's the list
I'm not the
mentality. I don't know who
Yeah.
started, you should make a list of what you want, but all these hoes got the same list. I've seen them, I've heard them, and I'm tagged. Hey, oh, y'all.
I had a list, right. My list included everything in detail because I came up in the church only till like 8th grade.
Your list was short. Light skin, that was it.
First of all,
Light skin, that was it.
no, it was not short. And doggone well, light skin was not permitted on my list. I don't know how. Light skin was a negative for me, okay?
Yeah, right.
Chocolate. That was they had to be darker than me. So they hit it's like peanut butter or dark chocolate.
Here
You
we
know.
go.
And somehow the list,
I'm
I don't even know where it happened. I can't even. I said no kids. I wasn't having none. I got 2. So the list just went out the window. Opposites. They say that opposites attract. Because Libras being an air sign, somehow we always gravitate towards like crazy folks, Geminis. I don't know what it is. Like I have a Gemini.
Taurus. Shit.
Really? What is
Man,
Gemini?
both my baby moms and my wife is a Taurus. Like, I don't know how the hell it happened. Like, I'm just
Wow.
like, what the hell? Like, dead ass. It's crazy. All their birthday, probably all of them by like 2 weeks apart birthdays. Like, you gotta be kidding me right
Ooh,
now.
man. What?
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
You in the thick of it.
Yeah, I ain't know that, bro.
Bruh,
Right.
ridiculous.
I ain't know
Hey.
I have a baby that turned out to be a Gemini. Why?
Baby,
Oh, we not that bad.
Oh my God.
bruh,
I don't know.
stop it.
I love you, Dasha, but you one of the few. Like, I can count the Geminis I can deal with.
I think the female Geminis, like some of my best friends, they're female Geminis, but the male Gemini, Jesus, take the wheel. Like that
Yeah,
is.
I didn't want to choke a couple of them out. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, for real.
So do you think the list that people come up, does it like pigeonhole you like a little bit? Cause like they come up with these lists and it's like, nah, do you kind of,
Not
cause you're looking
attainable.
for this, do you miss something that could have been really good because you was trying to pay attention to the list? Cause like, oh,
Yep.
this nigga light skin, I can't do
Yeah.
it. Oh, this nigga's too dark. Oh, he's 5'9". You know what I'm saying?
No,
You know-
I legit had a friend, like, she had her list and she was not, did not want to
Wavering.
stray from it. Like,
Wow.
she was stuck on it. Like, if she, like, one of the things on her list was, he has to open every door for me. Like, And if a man did not open every door for her, she wouldn't go on another date with him. She wouldn't do anything. Instead of saying like, you know, I prefer XYZ. Like, no, they just supposed to know you supposed to open her door. So like that was like on her list. He has to do this. The height, she had a range of height where if he was an inch shorter, you weren't in the door, sir. You weren't in the door. Like, she did not play games. And I honestly feel like that has stalled some of, you know, her relationships and her progress in dating and all of that. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna talk about that too much longer because Shorty have been engaged a few times and you know it ain't work out either. So we go leave her out of it. But people have lists and they just stick to it and just won't move away from it.
Yeah,
So let me ask you a question, bro.
What's that?
Did your wife meet all your did she meet your list?
Bro, I ain't have a damn list. That's the problem.
Don't say that's a problem, bro.
That's not a problem.
No, it ain't no problem. No, I'm saying I ain't never have a list like that. It was like, hey man, I'm to the point like anybody that can accept me with all my shit, Joe, I'm like, yo, and my thing was I ain't never date nobody over 6 months, like straight time. Like straight time, 6 months. Like if we made it past 6 months, like you was like, you could probably deal with me. That's cool. Like it was probably something serious here because like I done did some, you know, breakups and get back together, but straight time, I was never with nobody longer than 6 months. She was the first person I was with for longer than 6 months. Like straight, you know what I'm saying? Without the breakup and makeups and get back and be gone for 2-3 months and come back and all that stuff. It was like she was the first one because I know me, like I get tired, I get bored of them. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with me. I know how I am. Like I'll probably start getting on the nerves like that. So it's just, you know, certain things you look for, certain things that's not like, you know, you wasn't going, I don't know. It just wasn't going to work. So I didn't have a list. But like my thing was, hey man, are we compatible? Can we sit and chill out? Can we, you know, can we just chill? Like my thing is chilling. Like after my clubbing days, like, man, I became a straight up homebody. So it's like, yo, I want to sit. You know, of course, being home in Chicago, you know, it was jazz clubs. We go to comedy clubs and stuff like that. And we going to kick it doing, enjoy that type of stuff, that vibe. And if you can't do that, then it wasn't going to work. And so hers was like, hey, you know, she was on her own thing. And then plus it wasn't a person, she wasn't clingy like that. So like, she still gave me my space to be me. So it's like, okay, that absolutely worked. So, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, cool. Well, you ain't on my phone 24/7. I ain't got to talk to you 89 times a day to show you that I'm interested in you or that you know, you really feeling me. I ain't got to talk to you every day. Oh my God, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm on lunch right now. Hey, you know, I'm taking a break right now. Hey, you're on my mind. Like, it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I pray so you get home like, so you had time to talk to me today? Motherfucker, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I do? Like, come on, man. So it was none of that. But I've had that. Well, why come you look, nigga, I've been running restaurants for forever. Bruh, I am busy. Like, I can't talk to you for, you know what I'm saying? If I get the time, maybe I will. But I can't answer by the time you call, like, oh, you just going to know my call 3 times a day? What if something serious happened? Clearly it didn't because you're still sitting your ass right here. So, what, you know, it's just, so she didn't bother me like this. So it was like, okay. So it wasn't no list. I never had it, oh, she got to be light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, only probably one I think I had was probably, I want somebody short. Because, you know, me, I like toys. Yeah. So it's like fun girls. So, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect.
Fun size.
So, so that was it. Though that was probably my only thing on the list. And so she had checked that box. But other than that, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't have that list like that. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Just wondering, man. Just wondering.
And everyone checked, like the person checked every box and then they still weren't right for you. I've had that.
That was me. I had a list. I married my list and I divorced him 10 months later.
They divorced, damn.
So, over the years, you learn to say F that list.
Yeah.
You know, you still have standards, but F that list. He's still in the corner laughing.
You didn't. That's because there was one box on that list you didn't have on there. So
it was not crazy.
No, if you'd have looked at that box, if you'd have saw another box, like you know, what is his preference? If you'd had that box on there, you wouldn't have got married to
Well.
today right now.
All right.
So yeah,
All
that
right.
may be true. Or maybe I would have paid attention to the signs that I
That part.
didn't pay attention to.
Right.
Look, she like sips of water. I ain't got no tea. I know, right? But yeah, I did. I married someone, and at the time thought I had met the man of my dreams, and quickly found out that that was not the case.
Oh.
So yeah, for me, to hell with lists.
Dasha said something. I want to ask y'all something. Does when you start when y'all start the whole, now I'm feeling this person. Now, the signs, like what point does it start getting to the point where you start ignoring signs? Because I'm like, we see a lot of people that like, I always tell people, like, people give you signs, we just choose to ignore them at first part. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of saw like crazy, you kind of saw, but you like, nah, I ain't really that crazy. It was like certain, because you was feeling this part of it. So it was like, at what, like, can you, like, have you, like, other than that, when anybody else has just like, I ain't paid attention to that sign, but then once you dealt with, you like, you know what? Damn, I was looking dead at that shit right there.
Yeah, I mean, I had that with my first husband, and like he wasn't like the best. I'ma just say he wasn't the best guy, but like he took care of home, he was responsible, he treated his mother well, he did like all these things, and I'm like, all right, cool. But what I didn't pay attention to was his temper, or like how he pay his bills, or little stuff like that. And, you know, I just pushed it to the side because I'm like, okay, he's taking care of all of us. We're all good. I'm not worried about nothing. But then as we got further along in the marriage, the temper became an issue. Like, you went to school for finance and you don't know nothing about finances. And so that stuff starts bubbling up, and it was like, okay, well, I'm not going to continue in this cycle with somebody with a temper who don't know how to calm his ass down. All that. No, I'm out of here. I have little girls. They don't need to see this type of stuff. So like I feel like you overlook little because you feel like it's something little. And it's not that bad. Oh, he has road rage. You know, I get mad at people on the streets of Chicago. So like, oh, it's nothing.
Sure.
But then, you know, it starts getting worse and worse and worse. And I think that's what happens is people get comfortable. So they feel like they can be more of who they are. And that's when they showing their real self. Like once they get comfortable and they in it, they showing themselves. Like my fiance say all the time, y'all females send y'all representative at the beginning, and then y'all flip the script. I say,
He ain't the only one that say that.
Same thing. What'd you say, Ray?
I said he ain't the only one that say that.
Yeah, but like I feel like everybody does that. Like you want to put your best foot forward, right? And then as the time goes on, you get more comfortable with the person. So yeah, you know, you might not clean your bathroom, but when you first start dating somebody, oh, she coming over, I'm gonna make sure it's clean. 6 months down the line, you walk in and you see that ring around the you're like, nigga, you dirty. Like, what's going on here?
Right.
So it happens. It happens.
You know, when I came up, my grandmother used to say that we tend to look at people in the eyes of rose-colored glasses. And when you're able to take those glasses off, only then can you see, you know, within a person and who they truly are. And I say that because it is quite hilarious. I too was married, but I was trying to do the church thing. You know, you have to marry the person you lost your virginity to. That's a whole nother, so you go ahead and you get married, and you realize that, okay, even that person did not necessarily fill my list. He filled a void. He was just something to do that had gone on for a long time, to date someone through, you know, your childhood, you know, it's a high school sweetheart thing, you know? Yeah. So long story short, in that, those flags that start going off, like number one, I knew I didn't want to marry you. Why did I marry you? Number two, you definitely did not meet the height requirement. I couldn't wear heels in my okay. Like, I'm 5'4", and I am sorry, but I don't want to be standing looking you eye to eye. Okay. You know, I want to look up to you. Can I climb you? So anyway, that in itself. So you kind of just ignore certain things. Stop laughing because you know. So you know, you're looking at him through glasses, and then the things of, okay, he used to call all the time during the relationship, and now we got married, he doubled the calls. Okay, now I'm actually at work and they don't believe it, and they show up to your job because they don't believe at work, and you're like, okay, I ignored that, but I just, you know, I wanted to be married, so I just went ahead and said, okay. That's why you do not settle. That's probably why I did not get remarried. I have been engaged again. My person that checked off everything on the list, there should have been another box there as to what, you know, like, how do you go from this is what I met, representative, and then you flipped on me into what are you trying to do? Why do you want to be a street urchin again? Please explain. Because when I met you, you like had a real job.
The street
Like,
urchin is hilarious.
I don't understand. You're a thug where? Thugnificent where? Like, why? How did this happen? Is it me? But yeah, so, yeah, I cannot. And when that representative vanished, that's how I met the man that I am currently associated. Shut up. So yeah, but he is not giving me a representative. He's a Gemini. He bipolar. He done gave me all sides of him. Just pray for me. You know,
Hey,
take on your.
Keith,
I will.
Keith, is there any time where you felt like you ignored the signs somewhere down the line in your dating life?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that it cost me too, big time. But yeah, signs be right all the time, man. We just ignore them because we be, I guess, in awe of something new being there, or you just want to be with somebody, I guess, in so many words. And the honeymoon phase is going so good. Everything's peachy. Everything is all happy, joy, everything. Then the signs be there the whole time. You just ignore them. If you think, maybe it's just a bad day, or maybe it's just something else going on, whatever the case may be. And those signs still be there. And by me being where I'm at from a spiritual aspect, I have my signs, as they say. I ignored them and blew it right in my face, literally. So I paid the price for that one. Big time.
Ray?
Hey, we ain't talking about me today.
Please.
We didn't talk about you enough.
Hey, I'm here to listen.
Mr. Latina, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Hey, you done already tried to put me out there once.
She did.
I ain't give you no more ammo.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, but I've been in a situation where I ignored the signs, and then, like my brother just said, ended up paying for it, you know? Repeatedly, actually. I was repeatedly, because I was like really into the chick, so.
Oh yeah, she was really into the block, the neighborhood, the state. Okay, never mind.
Oh, see, we ain't talking about her. We ain't talking about her. Man, you know what? Yeah, I'm calling you after this is over. I'll be glad I ain't. Well, I was gonna say some stuff about you earlier.
What now? What happens when people know way too much about you? Like,
Yeah, I know plenty about you too.
I'm innocent.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
I grew up in the church. Assumption, Blessed Virgin Mary, Saint Catherine of Genoa. There you go. That's what it was.
What? I don't remember the name. I'm gonna be honest. Long ago.
Yeah,
Just
I
call it
Anyway,
assumption.
man.
Photos and post them on social media periodically.
Say what?
You just remember to find the photos and post them on social media.
Oh yeah, you know I got you on that. I'm just waiting for you to get out of hand one day.
Keep on.
One day you're gonna get out of hand. I'm gonna put them Jerry curl photos up.
And I'm putting all sweater photos up. Let's go.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want to put the pictures up, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, well, go ahead. You said you what now? You saw
But
the
no,
signs. She had
like I said,
multiple signs.
I ignored the signs repeatedly with this one young lady. She's a church girl. Quote unquote church girl. And yeah, it came back and bit me in the you know what, man. So it pays to pay attention to the signs, man. Like real talk, man, because you could be in a situation with somebody for so long and then wake up one day, you be looking like, man,
Who's
this nigga? Like, man, like where you come from? So yeah, look at them signs, man. Like real talk, because they always there. It's just all about focus, man. Like looking at, like really analyzing somebody. Get past the physical or what you like about them so much and like really try to see them for who they really are, man. Real talk.
My next question is, so once we get past the, you signs or whatever, so you got your list or whatnot. Now I'm pretty sure everybody has some like my wife, somebody that has surprised you from like, I wasn't expecting this. So it's like, it turned out to be actually pretty good, but it wasn't on your list. You see what I'm saying? And then it kind of worked out. I said, TT, now you engaged again, so I'm pretty sure you wasn't expecting whatever, you know what I'm saying, from a man's, but it turned out to be pretty cool for you like that.
That's true. Like I was not expecting, nor was I looking. I was single for life. I would just go, and I wasn't gonna be. I didn't belong to the streets, but I was making my own decisions.
Shit, Future said you belong to the street.
Future, he do too. So listen, I wasn't looking, but like it was crazy. We met at a party. It was actually I'm not gonna actually say this story because he might listen. So we was at a party.
Put him out there.
I'm not, because it was a friend's party. They had some strippers there, right? And I had a good seat. Let's just say that. And he was like right here, and I was like, okay, you want to see? Come on, just come sit over here. So we ended up enjoying the party. And then after I was getting ready to leave, he was like, hey, yo, let's exchange numbers, blah, blah, blah. And he was texting me like my entire way home. And so I was like, hey, I'll come back outside if you outside or whatever. When I tell you I ain't got rid of this nigga since, like, he right there, like, and I'm like, how did this happen? And like, we ain't even, like, for a long time, we didn't put titles on anything. I was just like, this is my partner in crime, like, whatever, but at the same time, you can segment off where we were getting closer and closer to like really being in a relationship. And so without the titles, we were integrating families and taking the kids here and taking the kids there, and his kids staying at my house and all that kind of stuff. And so, it was natural, but like in the beginning, I was like, what am I doing? This is dumb, girl. You ain't even trying. No, stop it. Cause like he was in the streets. He belonged there. He really belonged
to the streets.
he found his way out, and you know what? I am proud of that nigga today. I'm telling you, because he's come a long way. He's come a long way. So it wasn't supposed to happen, but it worked out at the end of the day.
I'm pretty sure my wife is on here. She'll probably say the same thing. Because at a certain time, me and Keith, I know for sure, and one of our break room partners who ain't on here today, we definitely belong to the streets, but we definitely belong to the streets, bro. Like for real. But
it's knowing when to chill. Like at some point, you like, okay, ain't shit out there. I need to figure out like what my future looks like, and you have to learn when to stop. And so I feel like we all have that. It ain't just the dudes. Like for me, like I wasn't really looking for a relationship, but like when it's like right here, it's hard to ignore it. And it was just like annoyingly right here. It just like, okay, fine. Yes, where you want to go now? What vacation you want to take? Okay, you want to go out this? Okay, fine. Like for so long I was fighting this shit, bro. I was like, then I was just like, forget it. So it is what it is. You gotta know when to cut the streets off.
Yeah.
Monique, the new guy you was talking, the new guy you said you're dealing with, is that somebody that's checking the boxes, or is it like something that just came out of nowhere for you?
Which one? The one I dismissed that checked all the boxes?
No, the new. You said the new one. The new one. Is that a okay? This came out of nowhere. Is that the one that checked boxes?
He did come out of nowhere. So after the fiasco with this one checked off all the boxes, and then it had to just go completely left. I had a fiance that I was engaged to that had died actually. So when he died, I ended up meeting this person. I met two people at the same time. Tori, shut up and fix your facial expression.
God damn it.
So I met two people at the same time. One of them met the criteria that he was tall, dark skinned, so forth, everything. But I had put him kind of in the friend zone. And then the other one, I was like, okay, he's completely odd, does not match me at all. He's like light skinned, pretty eyes. Like, I don't date guys like that.
What you really want?
Shut up. So, so I ended up actually, we kept hitting these roadblocks. So my light skin nemesis had, it was like a off on in out type situation. But then I was able to get something stable with the one that I had friend zoned. And then once that was over and done with, here I am years later with two kids with the light skin nemesis. Lucifer is what I call him. Love him.
Nemesis.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
Lucifer.
We definitely go to, we are like polar. It's so funny. We're polar opposites. He definitely has, when I say, I like how you emphasize that, the man that you are going to marry has grown. When I say to you, this man has had to grow, like from birth to now, he had to grow. And we had to kind of grow together. And I think that we've really done that. We've grown in love. We've gotten past the love stage. Now it's like, sometimes I don't even know who I'm talking to. Like, he'll call me and tell me like his point A through point Z, when it used to be like, all right, I'll holler at you later type stuff. So now it's like the communication, the fact that we are like raising our kids and opening businesses and just being, I think that I'm enjoying those moments with him, because he does match me. I will say, in the essence, he doesn't fit my list. He was not on my list. He should not even be in my realm. But somehow we ended up with two children, and here we are.
To the women that's on this call. So does age start playing a factor in it? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, because society says that if I'm at a certain age, I should be this far along in my relationship status. I know to men, it really don't matter. It is what it is. We get married and settle down whatever the hell we feel like it. But it's for real, like some of us young, some of us older, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't nowhere near expect to be married by 32.
Yeah, you surprised everybody.
Before my 32nd birthday, it surprised the hell out of me. Like, only person that didn't surprise was my mother-in-law. She told me when I wasn't even, me and my wife was actually just talking. We wasn't even like Tia said, we going along in emotions. We ain't no titles on it, none. So I want to come meet this guy. So she flew out to Chicago, man. She's like, I'm gonna make some lasagna. You want to get me anywhere? So you making lasagna? We good. You know what I'm saying? So we go have a dinner. She make lasagna talk. She's like, man, end of the night. She's like, yeah. So I won't be surprised if my daughter calls me and tell me she's getting married in 6 months. I was like, get the hell out of here, man. Ain't nobody about to propose nobody no 6 months. I ain't even been 6 months. Like, Nick, nah. Yeah, 11 months later, like, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and get married. We're going to try this thing out. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop. I knew it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did she know that? But, but so like, we don't care about it. Age is something with it. It's not, it don't matter with us. Cause like, hell, we can still do whatever. But women, I see a lot of people, like I had a best friend that was, I got to be married by this certain, women had these lists and stuff from the time they was young to, I got to have this type of wedding, and I got to have this, and I want to be married by this. So I got to have kids by this. So does age kind of start playing a factor into like, oh man, I need to lower some of my expectations or what I'm looking for or something like that?
You should, like, you're saying, do we think that we should like settle because of a certain age? I would say no.
I don't think you should, but I'm saying, but do you think some women, does that come in a factor like that? You know,
I think some women do. Yeah. They automatically think, like, they kind of count themselves out. Like nobody's gonna want them after a certain age.
Oh my God.
Like I have like a couple of weeks and I will be 40.
Say 40, man. We just gonna party it up. You know what I'm saying?
We all there, girl.
Our birthday the same day, Joe. We gonna party 40.
So I will be 40, and it's like originally, like coming up, of course, coming from the church, I thought, if you were sexually active and you lost your virginity to somebody, that's who you had to marry. So that's who I ended up married, but then I ended up divorced. And then, if I was in any relationship, it ended up being a long-term relationship where I got engaged. And of course, that person was killed. And then, getting engaged after that, realizing this is not somebody I want to marry. Like, I can't see it because he just did the ultimate dummy. So that's not going to work for me. So that part had to separate. So it's like, I never really paid attention to the age. I think it was more of the concept the substance of where we are. Like I want a marriage. I don't want a wedding. So I want, a partner. I want my thought partner, my life partner, my best friend, like the better half of me. I want that person that can understand me in all types of fashion. Like, she's having a rough day. Like, I thought it was funny the other day where I said something off the wall and he was like, oh yeah, you did just finish your period. So, that's like, again, and knowing me, he knows that. For him to even blurt that out, I just looked at him. I was ready to punch him, but it's just the point that you would even come out of a bag and say that. Like, you would have to know me to know that, sometimes we get a little hormonal, something happens, it is what it is, or to know my moods. Like, I think that is it. Like, just the settling part of, I gotta get married, and then what, like, that's the person that's ultimately going to either be with you in a grave or gonna leave you by the wayside. So, he said something funny one day, and I don't know if guys just don't know, sometimes things should be a little bit more romantic in nature. He told me, I knew you were the one for me when I realized that I can't see anybody else wiping my ass when I can't do it myself. Okay, time out.
That's what real though.
Yeah.
Okay, but really? Like, so I'm a maid?
That's real. Yeah.
Okay.
So you taking it the wrong way.
That was his way of saying growing old.
Like, I wouldn't want
he knows
nobody
you'll
else
take
to
care of
touch
him,
my ass but you. Joe, that is like, that's love.
Right. That's all he's
You
saying.
really didn't make it better though.
Nobody see me
Yeah.
at my most. Look, for a man, that's vulnerable. Like, I can't wipe my ass, bro. Like, I don't want nobody else touch. Like, I feel that comfortable with you that I would have you.
Right.
I would rather have you wipe my ass when I can't do it. So, like, dead
Right.
ass. Like,
That's love.
I don't want no nurse, no medical dude. I want you.
I had no idea.
Like, this how comfortable I am with you. Like, for real. You got to see it from a man's perspective on that, Joe. Like, dead ass.
That's definitely not romantic, but okay.
It's the most romantic thing he could ever say to you right now. I'm trying.
It's a compliment. Take it. Trust me.
Right. It's a compliment.
So.
It's a compliment. Take it. Taking it wrong with it.
Doc, what you got to say on that one?
I think that age definitely does play a factor. I think for us, the women that are here, we may be just a tad bit biased because we've been married before. But I look at a lot of my friends who have never been married or don't have kids, and they're 39, 40, 41, 42. It weighs on them. They feel some kind of way about not being married or not having kids. I have a person in my life who's actually gone through depression because of it. So for women, it is real. Especially when you have pressure from your families that are saying, your mom saying, when you gonna give me grandkids, when you gonna settle down, when you gonna get married. And that pressure, for us as women, naturally we're nurturers. We were made to nurture. We were made to give birth. We were made to be a companion to a man. That's biblical. Okay. So for us, it's natural for us to want to do that, to want to have those things. And when you get up in age and you looking at your timeline, they tell you after 35, having kids is risky. You shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't get pregnant after that age. Older women, age definitely plays a factor. I think for people like us, we've all been married before. It's kind of, I'm not gonna say been there, done that. For me, it's been there, done that. I'm 40. I'm not pressing to be married again. I feel like I've gotten my second win. I'm in these streets. That's where I'm at right now.
Gossip belongs to the streets.
Be clear. I'm in these
I belong to the streets right now. I'm
Right.
I'm
Belong to the
just
streets,
really
there it is.
enjoying life. Now, if the right guy come along and change the game, more power to him. Congrats, dude. You made it. But outside of that, my mindset right now is I'm just enjoying life. So.
Well, be prepared to meet Mr. Right anytime now, because when you just enjoying life, doing your own thing, that's when these
That's when it happens.
come. Like, where did you come from? God damn.
Giving no fucks.
I really be kind of rebellious because I kind of be running sometimes. It's kind of like, wait a minute. Let me take a step
This
back.
don't sound right.
Yeah. So I kind of do, a little bit.
Right.
That's hilarious. So then you step back like she said you be running like you be running from it. Like I've seen people like I've done it. So you said like, man, you kind of back away like, nah, I can't, this ain't the time. I can't be dealing with this type of shit right now. Even though it feels good with this right here, I can't. I didn't have to push away. Yeah, I started picking up. Like I said, 6 months, like, bruh. Around that 5th month, I was like a crackhead. I'm on scratching, like, wait a minute, wait, this is too much. I gotta get back to these streets, B. This is too much. I can't. Too much. It's too much.
Yeah,
One woman.
When I realized I'm laid up just a little too much, like, wait a minute, where my friends at? What everybody doing? Yeah, I was like, I gotta move around. And like I was dating a guy, and I was dating him, and I mean, we was kind of happy. Then I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Because I still don't feel at that point like, I mean, we dated for a few months. I'm like, no, I don't think he the one. It's time for me to move around. So I did. I started moving around. He like, babe, what you doing this weekend? Babe, what we doing this weekend? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm booked Wednesday through Sunday. I got plans every day. So you probably not going to hear from me.
That nigga with a schedule.
Right.
And I like pulled all the way back. But me pulling all the way back was a good thing because that's when I started to see the real him. I started to see the jealousy. I started to see the bitterness in him. Like, he had already had his own issues and stuff he really hadn't worked through. And although he was giving me all of that moment I pulled back, it was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You know, so it was kind of good that I did. I'm going to just say it was spiritual discernment. The Lord told me it was time for me to pull back.
Okay.
I pulled back a little bit.
There we go.
That's what it was.
That discernment.
But yeah, I definitely am in that place. And, you know, like I said, I'm 40. I got 2 kids. I started over. I got a 21-year-old and a 5-year-old and a grandbaby on the way.
Starting over. Oof.
So, I mean, for most people like, you finna be somebody's grandma. You need to sit down. No, baby. That's why I'm grandma. I'm fabulous. I'm not sitting down.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. So
that was my mama at 40.
I see what you mean about that bomb dropping, because I swear when I was turning 30, I was like, I'm never having kids. I was like, I'm good. I said, you know what? If I didn't get pregnant by 30, I was never having no kids. I was pregnant next week.
Yep.
So,
you spoke that all the way to existence.
Right.
I was very upset. Like I said, I wasn't supposed to. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Frank, you ain't had no, like I said, we don't really have an issue with AIDS and stuff like that, man, like at all. So like you ain't had no, like right now, you like even with dating or whatever the case may be, it ain't like no pressure on you to feel like, oh man, I need to go ahead and settle this down and be with somebody, right?
Age of man 9, I want to get married, man. That's the goal at this point, but it's all in timing, you know. I am seeing someone now, you know, we have talked, we had serious conversations about it and everything. So we're getting there, you know. It's just about, as I say, God's timing in this. We're taking it slow. You know, I think that's the way to go at this point. I know the whole COVID thing going on and things like being what it is, quote unquote. But for me, as a man, I don't feel pressured. It's just about meeting that right one. You know, so far so good. I think I've met her already, you know, so just, you know, taking steps. That's all at this point, man.
I think that men should have a calendar, though. Like, there should be.
Why?
Why?
You gonna say why?
What?
No, I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, like some men be thinking like they just got all the time in the world and be thinking that women want to be with a geriatric patient. Like, I'm just saying, like, at some point.
You don't be talking about Johnny like that, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, right.
At some point, you know, you got to realize that, you know, women, like if you're with a woman and that woman, you know that's woman for you and you're supposed to like go ahead and pop the question or get married, then what's holding you back besides you thinking that like your life is over and now you can't be in the streets? Well, in essence, in a few years, technically it is, because your equipment don't work no more. And then gravity kicks in and you walking around like you 9 months pregnant. Meanwhile, her shape is enhancing in more ways than one. I'm just saying, not all, but some. Many men do probably need that schedule, only because they think that they're going to be young forever, but gravity thinks otherwise.
Well, first of all, we got prescriptions for when your equipment don't work, so
Talk
that can
about
help
it.
out a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was playing.
Talk about it, bro.
So everything can be fixed. No, I was just playing. But
You gotta be in a
They can have kids
range
late.
to even get that, or you can die. So
well, that means you just have to have some WAP and take care of your business so the pills can
Right.
work. Plain and damn simple. Not just playing.
no, what? No.
Don't have to make no hospital trips if you handle your business. You got to know what to do with it when the pill goes to work. Once the pill starts working, you got to handle your business. That's just that.
I do think that some men have a clock though, because when I tell you this one around here, like it got, I don't know what age, but like something clicked in his head, and the statements, I'm too old for this, so I'm too old for that. I can't be doing all of this. I can't be doing all of that. So it's like something in the back of their head where they be like, you know what? I'm gonna get my life together, and I'm gonna get out these streets, and I'm gonna be responsible. Like something clicks sometimes. Not in all of them, because I done seen some that just, they 52 and they still out here like, I'm about to go to the club, see what young thing out there today. Don't nobody want your ass. Don't nobody want. So some of them have it and some don't. So I think it's out there. It's out there for some.
No, I think sometimes a reality check has to come in. I think I laugh, like we sit back and my mate is like my best friend, okay? Like we laugh about everything, talk about everything. So in a conversation, if he was out and we had talked, there was a party. And at this party, obviously, Thottimus Primes were in the vicinity.
Yes,
Tatiana's.
Bottomless Prime.
So yeah, they come out, you know, they smell cheese, so rats appear out of nowhere. So in
Oh
a
my God.
conversation, we're kind of like laughing.
Terrible.
And then he calls me and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm kind of ready for the party to be over with. I was like, not you. Not you. And it was hilarious because he said, so one of these little bitches, and that's what he said. She asked me, she came over to me and she was like, you remind me of, and described who he looked like, because he favors like a rapper or whatever. So he's like, oh yeah, I get that a lot. So she says, how old are you? So he says how old he is, right? So he's like, yeah, you know, I'm 38. I guess the girl said, are you old enough to be my sugar daddy? When I say to you, I died. I think I cried. I laughed so hard on the phone. I said, she hurt your feelings because she said,
Damn.
and he's like, no, it wasn't that. He was like, it was just the point. Like, you just, man, I'm 38. I shouldn't be dealing with all this. I was like, no, Tatiana's love to kick it. You know, it's a vibe. You know, I said, but you should probably tell your boys, if you impregnate plastic, the baby does not look like that. The baby looks like the Ugmo they were prior to the surgery. Just saying. Just saying. Get out there.
Well, I'll say, tell your guy he shouldn't feel bad, because that's what I get approached by in the street. Little boys looking for a sugar mama. Baby, I'm not your sugar mama.
Get your cougar on, Joe.
Approached in the last 6 months by probably at least 20 to 30 little boys under the age of 25.
Wow.
So they got a son
I
your
got
age,
one
nigga.
in my inbox right now. I got one in my inbox right now. I was his vacation Bible school teacher.
Oh my God.
And when he turned 21, he wants to show me the type of man he is. That he's mature.
Thank you.
And
Thank
it's
you
like,
for teaching me the Bible. I've grown so much. Let me show you
what do you do in those situations? Like you say, no, sweetie, that's not gonna happen. But I got at the same time, I have to be sensitive to the fact that this little boy probably has had this ongoing infatuation for a long time. But now that he's 21, he's speaking on it. So it's like, what do you do with that?
Man, that's
block his little ass.
Right. That's all. That's tough, man.
You said just block him.
You also gotta tell, see, Monique, you also gotta tell your dude, like, even once he talking about some, man, I'm too old for this, I'm tired of this, man, I can't do it, man. Shit. Once he put that ring on, that's gonna just attract even more of them same ones come around.
Yep.
Or the amount of no's that you got to give out right now, and it'd be some hard ass no's to say, like dead ass, like 100. You'd be like, yo, be like, bro, like shit, really, like. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And like Doc said, it'd be some young ones like, man, me being in stores all the time, I've had so many Joe like that and came up and tried to, you know, like, bro, I'm older. Like, yo, like all y'all are just getting, I'm gave you your first job. You like 20, you know what I'm saying? 19, 20, 21. I get, I might favor kills a little bit, but I don't do the little young joints like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't do the young joints like that, bro. Like for real. But it's it's so tell them it don't stop. Tell them, you know, the thoughts they don't stop, bro. It's like it gets even stronger. It gets even stronger once. I tell you right now, I'll be cool. I'll be so cool when I don't wear my ring. Like I don't even get like the attention don't even be there. Once I put my ring on, I'll be somewhere. It'd be like, bro, especially by myself. Oh shit, it'd be like, yo, wow. That mean he's good bait. Somebody done chose him. That nigga done wiped up. Let me go ahead and try to throw that wop on this nigga real quick. She probably died out by now. So let's go ahead.
You better stop calling everything a wop because it ain't.
Joke. I said that's what they be saying. That's what they be saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't say that's what they be saying in their mind. They be like, I mean, go ahead and throw this on them real quick. Joe, like, nah, I'm good. I'm just saying. But that was it, man. I don't really got nothing else, man. It's been a great discussion on this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? What they want, what they really want. These ladies came out and told y'all what they really wanted from the get-go, from the start. But we had some little nice conversations about it. And we appreciate y'all, Monique, Dasha, TT. Again, y'all check out TT, that Two Chicks Talking Shit podcast.
Definitely check it out.
It's on all those available podcast platforms. Y'all check them out, man. Instagram, everything else. Go follow them. Check them out. Now, thank y'all for coming on here, man. Appreciate it. And we out, man, to the next one.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah.